So one of the things I love about tiny houses the most is that you can do more with the square feet. If you put the detail, for example, that we did in this tiny house into a much larger house, it would be so expensive that it would not be affordable. You wouldn't be able to do it. This is definitely our budget model, and most people in America can afford it. It's actually about 1/10 the price of a regular home. Just because it's more affordable, I still want to make it beautiful and comfortable and a place that you're proud of.
And then if you go up here real quick, this is something we started doing recently. It's a nice upgrade from what we did in the past. So a really great feature that I love about this home is that we have multiple
I am Stephen Harrell, and I'm the owner of Tiny House Listings, and behind me is our model called the LAD, which stands for Life After Debt. So I first discovered tiny homes right around the housing crash of 2008, and I quickly realized when I first learned about them that this could be an excellent alternative for housing here in the United States and actually worldwide. I decided to launch Tiny House Listings, and it is the marketplace for tiny homes. It's where most tiny houses are actually bought and sold. So just a few years ago, we transitioned from just being the marketplace to tiny homes and to actually building them, and we actually have tiny house communities as well. So one of the things I love about tiny houses the most is that you can do more with the square feet. You're taking a box and condensing it down, and you're able to put everything in it. If you put the detail, for example, that we did in this tiny house into a much larger house, it would be so expensive that it would not be affordable. You wouldn't be able to do it. There's so many different things you can do, and it's just really challenging and rewarding. So this is a budget home, but some of the features that we're able to add and make it better is zero maintenance metal siding. Another thing we did is add pocket doors to the bedroom and to the bathroom area, so it adds more privacy. We also did a platform bed in the bedroom. And the great thing about that is it adds bulk storage. You can put a lot of large items underneath the platform. Tiny houses afford a few benefits, and the two biggest ones are financial freedom, and the other one is just freedom in general. Freedom to have more money to go travel, to do whatever it is you want. Because when you look at the overall footprint of a tiny house financially, in every way, basically, it's less burden to own one of these tiny homes. I grew up very poor myself, and I know what it was like to live in a smaller space. Just because it's more affordable, I still want to make it beautiful and comfortable and a place that you're proud of. My idea and my love for tiny homes is that you're not existing, you're thriving. This is definitely our budget model, and most people in America can afford it. It's actually about 1/10 the price of a regular home, and we can build one of these from beginning to end in about 2 weeks. Tiny houses are now, in my opinion, a permanent housing category. They used to be a fringe where people would consider them if they needed something that was mobile or their lifestyle needed to match that. But now I think people's brain kind of defaults to a tiny house when they are in a certain situation. They're ready to downsize or whatnot. So I see tiny houses continuing to grow based on that. And I also see, due to market conditions, more and more people are looking at tiny homes because traditional housing has just become unaffordable.
So as you can see, we're standing in front of the 20x8 LAD, and actually it's the rear. The door is on the rear side of the tiny house, and so I'm going to quickly go through and show you some features. 32-inch exterior door, which is full glass, as you can see. Black double hung vinyl windows, and we use metal siding, which is a 50-year product. You can actually pick the color that you want on any of these builds. We have a really high quality black metal roof. The tiny house sits on two heavy-duty 7,000-pound RV-style axles, which is a total of 14,000 pounds, and the house only weighs about 10,000 pounds, so there's plenty of room to spare in terms of weight. So a really great feature that I love about this home is that we have multiple variations of metal siding, and I like it because you don't really have to maintain it. You don't have to go through and recaulk it like most tiny homes that you see. You don't have to go through and repaint it. This is just kind of there, and it lasts for like 50 years, so it's a great feature. Another really cool feature I like about these tiny homes is the mini splits. They're awesome, one of the best inventions in a really long time. This particular tiny house, which is certified, is built in a way that you can take it pretty much anywhere in the United States. So we really like that it can go, let's say if you have one buyer that's down in Florida and someone buys it in Wyoming, it could handle that climate adjustment. And the mini split can definitely take care of that. So that's a really cool feature. So that's pretty much all the main features on the exterior. There's some really cool things that we've done with this new version of the LAD that we're really excited about, and those are on the inside. So let's take you inside and we'll check those out. One of the main things that people requested was that the living space and the sleeping space be separate. So in the previous one, they were together. So here we are in the living area, And you can put easily a full-size love seat here, which works out really great, or you could put like 2 reclining chairs with a side table, depends how you want. If you come over on this side, you'll notice that it's empty here, but we can build you a desk here if you like to put in this space, or you could buy your own desk, like say from IKEA or Wayfair, and put it there. And the great thing about it is if you're sitting here, you can look out this window, so it's really nice. Got a huge pantry here, and this is mostly for your kitchen stuff. So if you come into the kitchen area here, you'll see that we did not put a cooktop. We will put one. We didn't decide if we want to do gas or electric. That's why we didn't do that on here, but you can see butcher block countertop. And I really like this big sink, and the cool thing is you can kind of look outside while you're washing dishes or whatever happens to be out there, have a nice little look. And then down below, you'll notice we did some custom work down here, all made out of butcher blocks. So you can put all your storage and stuff down under here, lots of storage options. Now right here, this is an upgrade from the previous lab we did before, and you can put your washer and dryer here. So that's really nice. It's all vented, and you can kind of do whatever it is you need to do here. Put your all-in-one washer and dryer there. So if you keep coming down this way, you'll notice that we have an apartment size fridge. We always say that's good for like enough food for groceries for like 1 week for one person. And I've noticed a lot of other tiny homes this size don't have it. They tend to have the dorm style fridges, which we've had a lot of feedback. A lot of people don't like that. They want the full size fridge. You can see we've got storage above, really, really nice. One thing I'll tell you about really quickly is the walls are 1/2-inch cabinet grade plywood. This is really, really nice because it's strength, has a lot of strength. And then we finish this off with a water-based polyurethane, so you don't have to worry about getting scratches or stains on the wall. And then if you go up here real quick, this is something we started doing recently. We had a lot of complaints about regular wood warping and coming off. This is an engineered wood. So imagine if you took engineered flooring and made it thicker and more robust and put this on your ceiling. So this is a really cool feature, and it's all screwed in each piece underneath. So there's pretty much zero chance of this stuff ever coming down. It's a really cool feature, and it's a nice upgrade from what we did in the past. So this is kind of like a galley style. As you can see, we have the bathroom on this side and we have the kitchen on this side, the walkway through the middle. So if you come into the bathroom here, you'll notice we have like a wall mounted sink. Really nice feature. And then there's a pocket door here for privacy. Nice feature. And then we do a 32 by 32 stand-up shower. And we use these PVC shower tiles. We love these things because they're flat against the wall. If you look at a lot of showers, they kind of pop out for storage, and that takes away from the interior space. This doesn't do that. It's flat. Plus it just looks really, really nice, I think. I think it's pretty cool. And then we also have a flush toilet, and it's really small, compact, which is great because it fits all adults, but you have more room in the bathroom. And what we always do for our tiny houses, because a lot of people want to go off grid, we put a little power outlet in the bathroom. And what's cool about that is most compost toilets have a fan that require electricity. So you can just hook up to that and plug in. So you can literally take this off and put a compost toilet right on top of where the flush toilet is. So now we're in the bedroom area. As you can see, there's a pocket door that you can close for complete privacy, which is really nice. Like I said, the lab that we did before was for the most part, it had living and bedroom area all in one space. Not great. So this is definitely an upgrade. And we also have windows on both sides. So if you want, you can get a cross breeze. You can see I'm sitting on a platform, and the reason we did that, every one of these come with a platform, and it allows to have a ton of storage underneath. Now, one thing we haven't done in this bedroom, if you want, is put wall-mounted storage up there up high above where your head would go, like for example, when you stand up. So that's really cool for extra space, for storage space, even though you have a ton of storage space underneath. The reason I like this bedroom because it has complete privacy. You can close the door, so if you have a guest or if there's 2 people living in the house, or if you're using it for Airbnb, whatever, it's nice because you can kind of close yourself off from the rest of the home. And I really like all of the light that comes in this bedroom. Right now it's a sunny day, as you can see, it's full of light. Lastly, my main feature that I like is that it holds a queen size bed. For me, I'm a big guy, and a lot of people, even if they aren't big, they still want to have plenty of room to spread out, right? So the fact that this holds a queen size bed is really nice.
Thanks for watching this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you soon with another unique home tour.